There's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. And people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids. A lot of stuff done happened.
Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers nowadays.
This is a touchy subject.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at female?
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. Just diamonds iced out. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up. Now all this happened in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
Busta has been making a real effort to distance himself, especially as Diddy's legal issues have taken over the headlines. He's been telling fans and press that he and Diddy weren't that close, that he barely attended those legendary events we've all heard whispers about. But that narrative took a big hit when TMZ dropped a bombshell.
Shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? He been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house.
This wasn't a casual walkthrough or a networking stop-by. He was fully engaged, celebrating, laughing. It looked like he belonged. Then Diddy grabs the mic, and instead of a basic shout-out, he goes deep. Calls Busta one of his best friends in the whole world, says they've been tight since they were 12. That's not surface level. That's family-type talk. This couldn't have come at a worse time for Busta. Just as he's trying to escape the blowback from Diddy's scandal, bam, he's front and center in party footage.
Who you made love with? Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport, too. That motherfucker try to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
why you not naming no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro, it's my dad's friends. My dad sicked his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
People naturally start asking, if you were really so distant from Diddy, what were you doing at all these events? Why lie? Now, music insiders are coming out and saying Busta and Diddy weren't just friends, they were inseparable in some circles. They claim Busta was always present at the biggest events, especially Diddy's. And this new wave of receipts is making it hard to deny. Photos, videos, and interviews are surfacing, and they show a different story than what Busta's been trying to sell. But now, there's a deeper question forming. Was Busta's role in these parties more than just social? Because the more we dig, the more his name pops up again and again in these allegations about young artists being lured, groomed, and pressured. That's where Orlando Brown comes in. Brown wasn't just throwing wild accusations in his viral interviews. He named names, he told stories, and Busta was at the top of that list. Back then, folks dismissed him. They blamed his past issues, called it all nonsense. But now, people are starting to rewatch those interviews with a different lens. And, honestly, it's chilling. In his follow-up interview, Orlando was clear, calm, and unwavering. He didn't backpedal. He doubled down. And what he said lined up with whispers that have floated around the industry for years. He talked about specific places, parties, and people. He painted a pattern, a method. And now, that pattern is starting to connect with real-life events and footage. Trip Ali's story is a prime example. Trip was a young rapper in NYC trying to break through. One night, he's walking through a crowd. Someone grabs his hand. It's Busta Rhymes, with that iconic flip mode chain shining. Busta doesn't let go. He talks about bringing Trip to his VIP section. To Trip, this seems like a golden opportunity. But his friend saw the situation for what it really was. He refused to let Trip go, even threw money in his face to stop him. Why? Because he knew what that invitation really meant. And that's the kind of behavior that multiple sources are now describing. Then comes the voice of Big Homie Double C, Busta's former bodyguard. CC didn't mince words. He called it like it is. He said club promoters had to follow special requests when Busta showed up. And it wasn't about popping bottles or IG models. It was about making sure certain types of people were in the section, a very specific demographic. According to CC, this wasn't a rumor. This was known in the industry. Club owners planned for it. Security made it happen. It was a system. He even recalled a time Busta allegedly rearranged the club setup to get an openly gay lawyer into his section, without asking. And when you combine these testimonies with stories from artists like Trip Ali, a consistent picture emerges. Busta's club behavior, the party invites, the silent pressure, it all fits. Now let's look at how Busta responded during the Cassie and Diddy lawsuit. Most artists stayed silent. The claims were too serious, too detailed. But Busta? He jumped in quick, telling people to mind their business until the full truth came out, and that raised eyebrows. Why would he defend Diddy so fast? The industry started questioning his motives. Was it loyalty or self-preservation? Because shortly after, Busta started backtracking. Less public appearances with Diddy. Fewer shout-outs. More interviews saying, they weren't close like that, but the footage, the pictures, and the testimonies say otherwise. That's why people are talking. The narrative is shifting. And what's coming out now suggests there might have been way more going on behind the scenes. According to insiders, Busta's defense of Diddy might have been less about friendship and more about protecting himself. Around that same time, stories started surfacing, not just about parties, but about Busta's alleged preferences, behaviors, and tactics when it came to young artists. And the whispers got louder. Double C spoke of fun boys being brought in. He said this was known since 2012. That's over. A decade. He described a vibe in the club where it was clear. Busta didn't want women in his section. He allegedly preferred an all-male environment, and this wasn't just random gossip. CC gave dates, locations, specific artists, and moments that backed up what he was saying. People are putting two and two together. Why were artists like Trip Ali, new to the game, being invited to these private sections? Why did friends react so strongly to keep them away? And now, more people are speaking out. Artists, former bodyguards, insiders, all with similar stories, all painting the same picture. These weren't one-time occurrences. These were patterns. The deeper you go, the more consistent the claims become. The duality in Busta's public versus private behavior is what's raising the most concern. Publicly, he appeared one way, throwing homophobic slurs, fighting fans, acting tough. But then you hear about him leaving Pride events. You hear about club setups and secret preferences. It doesn't add up. Now more reports are saying Busta and Diddy worked as a team. Diddy threw the parties. Busta worked the room. They'd allegedly scope out talent, hungry, desperate artists, and make them feel chosen, like they were about to blow up. But behind the scenes, the story was different. Private meetings turned into pressure. Invitations turned into traps. Young artists weren't just networking. They were allegedly being exploited, Sources say this was organized. There were rules, teams, strategies. They used social media, clubs, events, always looking for someone vulnerable. And if these allegations are true, it's way bigger than just Busta and Diddy. Insiders say there's an entire network of industry vets connected through these private parties. People who operated the same way, stayed quiet, and kept the cycle going. With Diddy now in legal trouble, the walls of silence are crumbling, and Busta's name is right there in the mix. This might just be the beginning of a much bigger reckoning for the music industry. So tell us, what's your take? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a deep dive like this.